Hello everyone, and welcome to another video on my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make models in vanilla Minecraft using resource packs. So this video is going to start off on my Minecraft SMP, where I have made some custom models for our spawn here. So if you look around here, you can see that I made a bench here for spawn, for this little tree here. You can see that there are some papers on the ground, a globe here, some single papers here, some rocks here, and I think it adds quite a bit of atmosphere. And now I'm going to show you how you can make just these models. So starting off, you want to create a resource pack. So I already have a pre-made resource pack. Named it Custom Models, and it needs these two files here in the beginning. This is the pack.mcmeta. You can see that it's just the pack format 9, which is the most recent one in 1.19, and the description, which I just kept as blank. Then a assets folder, and in the assets folder Minecraft. Then we have two folders here, textures and models. In the models, you're gonna want to have two folders: a item folder, which contains a file, which I'll link in the description below, and a custom folder, which is empty right now, which we'll fill later. Then in the textures folder, there's going to be a models. So we're going to fill all these. I just want to say that this models folder is not necessary, and this custom folder is not necessary. I just like to keep it clean, and that's why I put these here. It's completely optional. But without further ado, I'm going to be showing you how to create these models. So the tool that we're going to be using to create these models is called Blockbench. It's a tool used by, for example, Noxcrew and Mojang Studios. Noxcrew, you might know them as the creators of Minecraft Championships or Terra Swoop Force. And we're going to be using it for this tutorial. It's very powerful and it's a great tool. So what you want to do is you want to press download and download the program that's right for your computer. I use Windows, so I would use the installer, but I already have it installed. So I'll meet you when Blockbench is open. So here is how Blockbench looks when you've opened it. Here you can see some of my projects, but we're going to be using the Java block/item option. So you're going to open it, and it's going to open this prompt, and I'm just going to be creating a rock for this tutorial. So we're going to click on confirm, and this is going to open this editor. And it might look intimidating, but don't worry, it really isn't. It's quite simple. So what you want to do is you want to press this plus button over here that says add cube, or just do Control N, and this is going to create a cube in your scene. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change this so that it's a cube that's 8 by 8 by 8. So quite a big cube. It's half of the primary area, and I'm just going to center it with 4 pixels on each side. So I'm also then going to press this cube and then do Control C, Control V, and then I'm going to create 2 smaller cubes on the outside here, and I'm just going to create this one to be a 4 by 4 by 4, and I'm just going to place this outside here. And then I'm going to rotate it. So the thing with Java block models is that you can only rotate them in 22.5 increments and only on one axis. But we want to rotate it once on the y-axis in the middle, and that is going to create this rotated rock. You can see if we try to rotate it on the x now, it's going to change. But I'm just going to rotate it on the y, and let's also create another cube here, and let's put it on this side, and let's make it 6 by 6 by 6. And now we have 2 cubes here, and that are on this rock, but they're very uncolored. They're not textured. So what we want to do is want to get a texture, and what I like to do here is that I like to get the Minecraft texture for this, because it keeps the style of Minecraft even though you're creating models for it. Which makes it quite nice. If you're a skilled pixel artist, of course you can create your own, but I'm not, so I'm just going to copy the models. So how I like to get my models is that I like to open a versions folder, the latest one, which is currently 1.19, and then you want to right click the 1.19.jar and extract here. This requires that you have WinRAR installed. So if you don't have WinRAR, then you just have to go install it. So you're going to see that it's extracting, and when that's done, you're going to see that we have an assets folder. You have all these classes, but we're interested in the assets. So we're going to open this, and you're going to see that we have the same structure as we have, and we're going to go into Minecraft, textures, and then blocks, and we want the cobblestone block. Of course, if you're making another model, then you're going to choose something different, but I'm making a rock, so I'm just going to be doing a cobblestone. Now you're going to see we have mossy and normal cobblestone. I'm just going to use this one. And you have to copy this into the textures folder of your new resource pack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into our old resource pack, go into Minecraft, textures, and then models, and here I'm going to paste this texture. It's not going to work if it's anywhere else on your computer, so it has to be in the texture folder of your resource pack where you have created your model. And here I'm going to change the name to rock, as that's the name of our model. Just keep it clean, it's not a requirement. So now I'm going to go back into Blockbench and then do import texture. And you're going to see here that I'm already in this folder. You're probably going to have to navigate to it, but I'm just going to select the rock.png. So now what you want to do is you want to do Control A, or just select all of the rocks, and then you want to drag this texture onto these faces, and you're going to see that they automatically adjust and get created. And this is because we selected them all, otherwise you would have to do all of them manually, which is quite a pain. So now you can see that we have a pretty rock, and now what you want to do is that this is just an item size model, which is not what we want. We want a model that is as big as a block, and that is on the ground, which is why we have to select all of them again, go into transform, scale, and you want to scale everything here to 2, and then you want to do the y pivot to 8. And this is going to move your model down into the ground, and this is what we want, because this will make it so that it looks like a block. And if you have another model and it says that it's too big, that means that it won't work, or it's going to get squished, and you'll have to split it up into 2 models. I can make another tutorial on that if someone wants it. But right now we have a small model that fits in 1 block, which is gonna work. You can see that this is a blocks perimeter here. And now we're going to save this rock, and I'm going to save it in models, custom here, and save it as a rock.json. And I'm gonna save. And now what you want to do is you want to go into the models, and you want to go into the item here. And and I've chosen this to be a firework star. As said, this file will be in the comments below. And you want to open this in your text editor of choice. I'm going to use Visual Studio Code. You can use any different. The Notepad in Windows works fine. I just prefer Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to open this, and here you're going to see that I already have everything written down. This will be in the comments below as well. But you're going to see here that we have some mandatory data. It's an item, and the textures that we want to overwrite is the firework star and the firework star overlay. These are mandatory to put in as we're overwriting the firework star. And this is where the interesting part comes in, which is the overrides. And the overrides are all the custom model data we want. So the one item is not limited to 1 model, which is why this can be infinite, and you can just continue copy pasting these for eternity, and it will work. We just have 1, which is working fine here. And you want to see here that we add the predicate, and then we have the custom model data, and I'm just going to choose 1,000. 1,000 is a pretty safe number, as you're not really going to be interfering with anything, so I would recommend going above 1,000, but something like 3,000 would work fine. And here you're going to see the model is where we stored our model in the models folder, and I stored it in here, which is the custom. This is in the models folder, custom, and then rock, omitting the JSON. You can also not have big letters in your name, so if you have a name that's like rock, then this won't work. You want small letters. So, underscores will look fine, so if you have like rock1, that works fine. But here you want to see that we have custom rock, and this is it. Now we can use this in Minecraft. So what we want to do is we want to open Minecraft, and you want to go into a single player world. You want to create a new world and allow sheets and create a mode. This is just to make it easier for me, and I'm gonna meet you when the world is created. So when you're in game, you want to equip the texture pack that you made, which I named custom models here, and here. So right, my game is a little bit broken at the moment. It's probably one of the mods that I've installed. But here you want to use a command that I have typed in the comments below, which is this long beefy command. And so basically right now, if you were to take an item frame and then place it and then give yourself the item, which this is the simple way to give you it, which is give at p and then you want fireworks star, and then here you write custom model data with the same capitalization as I do, and then the 1000. You will see that it works, but it needs to be on a block and in a visible item frame. So this command spawns an item frame which doesn't need to be on a block and is invisible, so this will look like any other model. And you can also see if you have any other block, I use the fireworks star, but if you have any other block then you type that here, and if you have any other custom model data than was typed here, then you write that here. And this command, as I said, will be in the comments below. So what you do is you copy this. Let's just excavate some grass here so we can see. And if I now type this, it will spawn on my feet. And if I type this, then it will spawn here. You can see that it was facing 1, which is a mistake on my part. It should actually be facing 2, which is forward. 0 and 1 are kind of oddballs, because 0 is up and 1 is down. But if you do anything above 2, then it will work. So you can see here that we have our own. As you can see, if I do 0, then you can see that it's going to be on the roof, which looks kind of bad. But if you do something like 3 and then over here you do 4, then you can see that we will have different rotations of this rock, and you will see that it looks very nice. And if we now take some bone meal and we bone meal this up, you can see that it doesn't interfere with the block since it's fixed. So you can see that it looks just like some normal rocks here laying in the grass, and it looks pretty nice. So this is how you add custom models in Minecraft. If you have any questions, type them in the comments below. I'm always open to answer, or you can ask me on my Discord, which will also be in the description. So yeah, thank you for watching this tutorial, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.